Hello world, it's Wednesday the 28th of January and we're looking at a forecast for Soaring from Worcester at the regional gliding contest there tomorrow on Thursday the 29th of January 2026. Today's task was cancelled and the feedback I got was that the contest directors were worried about the possibility of a strong crosswind later in the day when gliders were landing. So I just thought we'd review what the forecasts were saying and what might have happened. This is the surface wind for today at 5 o'clock. This is the high resolution RASP forecast. It's a 1.3 kilometer resolution forecast. It's the highest resolution forecast available for this area of the country that I'm aware of. It's certainly higher than any of the mainstream or commercial forecasts that are available. Now you can see that the wind was predominantly a southwest. It's very strong over the peninsula and it's also coming in over the land from the Rufisona end side. But in the Breda River Valley, Worcester's here at number 1. In the Breda River Valley, we're surrounded by mountains. And to the south, we have the Rufisona End Mountains. These mountains, this is the Statains Mountains, and this is the De Tours Mountains, and then here the Slanghoek Mountains. They form a barrier, so the southwesterly wind can't come straight across Worcester. It has to go around one way or the other, either from the northwest or from the southeast, and also through the valley from Villiersdorp. Now, if we look at the sounding, this is a predicted sounding for Worcester for today at 5 o'clock. It's obviously not a real measured one because that wasn't possible. We can see this wind, and this actually predicts a wind of peaking at just under maybe 18 knots at ground level. It's obviously higher as you go into the upper atmosphere. That's at sort of a few hundred feet above the ground. So obviously between there and ground level, you'll get quite a lot of turbulence and so on. So when I call the prediction for wind in these conditions, I would go and look at the peak wind that's in the valley, and I would assume that the peak gusts we get at Worcester are equal to these peaks, and they are about 18-20 knots, and I think that's probably what was experienced this afternoon. It's very difficult to get a very strong southwesterly crosswind over here because of the mountains, and it's not something that I can recall experiencing at Worcester either. Anyway, that's just some feedback. Let's move forward. Today, some people flew, some people got to the east and found cloud, some people went to the north and found that the thermals weren't so good over the Porterville Ridge, but that was kind of what we expected. It's looking at tomorrow. This is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's we'll look at the boundary layer wind first. And as you can see, we have a southeasterly flow coming in from the Indian Ocean, and it's affecting everything up until the mountains. And then as the day goes on, let's start off at 2 o'clock. Then 3 o'clock, and we can look at some sites. You can see it's reached Swellendam. 4 o'clock, it's touching Robertson. 5 o'clock, it's just touching Worcester and Tulbach, and getting close to Renosterhoek. Now, if I just look at the T5 for Swellendam, you can see that this wind comes in at low level. It's a standard sea breeze. It affects, it cuts off the lift. Let's look at surface winds to see what we've actually got to work with tomorrow. And I'll start at 10 in the morning. And as you can see, it's quite calm with some flow already on the coastal areas. 10, 11. Just looking at Worcester, 11 o'clock is too early to start launching. Midday, still too early to start launching. Gone one too far. 1 o'clock, we can just about start launching. So we're looking at launching the grid a little bit late from 1 o'clock onwards. And then very quickly cut off in the east. And by 4 o'clock, let's have a look. Renosterhoek, Porterville, Tulbach. It's still flyable. It's still flyable. We'll look at the high resolution soundings just now, and it gets a bit right here. That's 5 o'clock. It's visible in Tulbach. And 6 o'clock, I think everything is pretty much cut off. Just check thermaling height to see what we've got. I'll start at 2, and this is about 9,000 feet. If you go inland, let's look at Toes River. It's about 9,000 feet there. So there is some areas inland. You can see to the south it gets cut off, and as that sea breeze comes in, you can see this blue is growing and growing, and everything it touches, it cuts off the lift. That's at 5 o'clock now. You can see Tulbach is cut off. Yeah, let's move on to some of the soundings to have a closer look. Okay, Worcester, 2 o'clock. It's climbing to about 5,000 feet. There is a wind shear at 5,000 feet and quite light winds, and it's southeasterly, so we probably should be gridding on runway 15. Tulbach, you can see the inversion here, just between 5 and 6,000. Porterville, inversion is stronger. Clanwilliam, Renosterhoek. So we can certainly launch and go somewhere. At 5 o'clock, we can still fly at Renosterhoek, Clanwilliam, Porterville, I think so. And this one is showing Tulbach. It's a more recent data, and it's a higher resolution forecast. So, and it's showing that we can still manage something at Tulbach. So probably a chance to get back around 5 o'clock, and at Worcester it's still all right. Just going east, Robinson at 2, Swellendam at 2 is already affected. Robinson at 5, it's a no-go. Sorry, Swellendam at 5, Robinson at 5. Fire's not the issue tomorrow. I just want to look at 2 more that weren't on this on my original list, and that is the Doorns series, Toes River. The Doorns series, Toes River, all working, but they get cut off. That's Toes River definitely gets cut off. Series and the Doorns all get cut off by 5 o'clock. So can go inland, but the sea breeze gets into those valleys as well. Not sure what tomorrow will bring. Hope you get a task in and do some flying. Please be careful, fly safely, and have fun. And we will talk to you again tomorrow night.